Hey guys, it is Saturday, about 10 a.m., October 22nd. I'm not sure if I'll post this by itself or combo it with with another video later in the season, but been hunting a little bit. Probably been out 4 or 5 times. Could have shot some deer for various reasons. I didn't. We'll just kind of leave it at that. But no shooter bucks yet, and not for lack of trying. Just a couple days I picked the wrong spot, which is you've all been there, right? And it's interesting because this is usually a pretty slow time of the year in upstate New York. You can see a little scrape going here. This is a north food plot. But it's been pretty cool. 40s, 50s. Today is supposed to get in the lower 70s. It's warm already. Could have shot a nice big fat doe this morning. Really thought about it, but she had a button buck and a doe falling with her. And the stand I was hunting in is kind of a low impact stand, and just didn't have it in me. Didn't want to do it. I think most of you understand that. I am a meat hunter, but it's early in the season. And that's not something I'm about. So this north food plot doesn't look anything spectacular. In fact, the weeds are taking over a little bit here and there in spots. But I will tell you, trail camera footage and first-hand observation, it's just getting hammered. So there's apples, corn still standing both north. I hope the wind's not too bad here, and east of my property here. And I've got these plots, and that they're still coming out, and they're just hammering in spots. So there's a point before I had cameras up that I wasn't really sure if it's just not growing or is it getting browsed on and overfed, and I think it's a little combination of both. But take a walk with me here, show you what I've been seeing. Again, there are spots of this plot as well. This is a spring clover plot, that are just phenomenally untouched, and the other pots that I've watched literally from a stand see just get grazed for hours, and from cameras. Like, if you look at that, that's beautiful. And they got this whole section here. I do think the shade, maybe some of the moisture, the way the property slope is helping the clover and the chicory in certain spots. And then as I come up to other spots where I do have cameras, not as much, but this is my approach trail. You're not supposed to walk through your plot, but instead of just not plotting there, I figured it's clover, might as well. These are natural scrapes. See the licking branch there. Not scrapes that I made, which is pretty cool. This morning walking in, I busted a bunch of deer. So that was the other thing I'm kind of learning about these food plots. I've got one to the east, one to the west. The only way to get to any of my stands is to kind of go, not through them, but kind of around them. Like you can see me walking here, and then on the east side there's another trail, another natural scrape. Busted deer in the east food plot this morning and in the west. It is what it is. I hunted the orchard fall plot last night. Could have killed a couple small doe. Maybe they were lucky to go 90, 100 pounds. Last year's fawn. Again, just didn't have it in me, even though it would be really easy drag up in this orchard here. But again, to each hunter, to each his own. A lot of you guys may have drilled them, been happy. Same thing with that mom this morning. I'm not necessarily an antler hunter, but we're getting close to our rut. Right around Halloween time is when things kick off here in upstate New York. So keeping stands low impact, and also deciding, is it worth sticking a 100-pound doe? Not that I don't have a bunch of tags or anything, but is it worth it? For me, it wasn't. Not last night anyhow. Maybe later in the season if my freezer's completely empty. So that brings us to the fall plot. Set my bow down. We've had a couple of freezes, but not hard freezes. And these just continue to do really well. I remember from earlier videos that they're pretty pretty patchy. That has stayed true. Turnips, spinach, radish, not spinach, excuse me, kale, radish, really growing well. Deer are, this might even be beets. Let's see here. Can we get in and get some purple? Come on, leaf. Yeah. So really cool. The deer aren't really hammering the beets yet. I've heard stories like it takes them a while to get used to it, maybe later in the year, yada yada yada. There's definitely still eating what's left of my apples. You can't see way over there on the far side of the plot, but I mean, I've sat there and watched 13 deer last weekend come out, browse around. What they're eating, I don't know, but they seem to like it, so I'm pretty happy. Peaches are definitely dead, not like dead, but it is the end of the year for them. Apples are still dropping a little bit. They're pretty much being picked up pretty clean. Which was interesting is earlier in the season, tons of apples in the ground, untouched, and now there's very few that are left on the ground. So even with the corn still standing, it's kind of neat. So yeah, maybe I'll post another video with this added on to it. Just wanted to give a sort of end of October update to the fall and spring plot.
Dad killed a deer.
Yeah, we got a deer. I didn't get any videos of him in the back. Kind of messed up there. Used the sled to get him out of the woods.
It's a 9-pointer.
It's a 9-pointer. Just a real quick video here. I ended up using this bow holder. It's pretty nice because we left the bow back there for hero shots. So christened her, made her inaugural voyage. Had some buddies help me out, right?
Yeah.